Here we are outside Pentonville prison in North London. It's been here now since 1842, and it was built and constructed during the dawning of capitalism. Prior to the construction of Pentonville, prisons as such did not exist in this country. What you had was debtors' prisons, but most poor offenders were dealt with very brutally. They were either executed, brutalised or deported into colonies and used as slave labour. With the development of modern capitalism, we see the birth of the modern penitentiary. Here we have the outer walls of Pentonville prison, the demarcation zone between the so-called free society and the internal prison society. And the walls are not only designed to prevent escape from this institution, but to also pose a warning to the wider working class population that this is what awaits you unless you comply completely with society. A very close friend of mine actually escaped from here not too long ago. He was actually 65 years old. He spent 50 years of his life in prison. He came to Pentonville and within 2 weeks he scaled these incredibly high walls and escaped. So prison walls do not make a prison. I think the human spirit can sometimes prevail and rise above it. Its whole design was intended to instill control and discipline and obedience. And it was blessed by the church, who said it would provide these criminals with the opportunity to find redemption and penance within. In fact, the level of mental illness and suicide in places like this was extraordinary. This was also a site of capital punishment, and people were executed in this prison up until the early to mid-60s. So there were many prisoners murdered and hung in this particular institution. And here we are, 172 years later, the prison is still in existence and it's still being used to imprison the poor, the powerless, the marginalised. If we seriously want to change society and liberate the poor, if you like, then we have to seriously focus on institutions like this. These places were never created and do not exist to rehabilitate or help poor people. They exist to break them and dehumanise them. And they have to be abolished, because we cannot truly liberate and free the poor and the marginalised until we destroy institutions like this. They're weapons of class repression.